and welcome back. 2019 United States Disc Golf Championship. 9 holes remain to decide this year's winner. All the drama, all the challenge of the course. Rock Hill, South Carolina. BigSexy Commentary calling the action. Nate Sexton, Jerm, Koling.
The beauty of the Winthrop Arena course is on full display. The temperature is a nice 70-something degrees. The wind is definitely up, making it a little bit uncomfortable on these greens off the tee. And you're seeing all sorts of numbers on those scorecards.
Yeah, don't look at the bottom one.
Yeah.
All the other ones are great.
Well, you can see right there, Chris Clemons with his 3 under front 9 has moved up. He's still 4 shy of James Conrad, who's playing a conservative 2 under on the front 9. Really all he needs to do with Eagle McMahon with the broken pinky finger, really unable to make a chase and a charge for that U.S. championship. We've got 9 holes left. Let's start it off right here, Nate.
And this is a big moment. Decision time for players. You know, the eagle, this is the most eagleable hole on the course. The wind is up. So it's all about, are you going to go for that crossing shot, put it all out there and try for that 2 under in one hole? Or are you going to play it safe, play that left side and see if you can get your birdie?
Chris is playing a layup shot. This is looking nice. That's really an ideal spot in the bulk. Nothing in the way. Probably a 230-foot approach from there. Putter for Chris. This is looking nice as well. Only problem can be if you go too far wide left, you'll have a lower ceiling. I think you really want to play the high, slow stall approach to this pin, especially with all the slope on the green.
Here we go.
Just going. Big shot here.
Gotta miss the tree.
It's missing it. That's going to be so good. Come on. Yeah, he's in there. Crowd loves it. Nikko loves it. He's just giving himself birdie at worst, barring some sort of disastrous roll away off the pin or something like that. He has guaranteed himself a look at Eagle.
And we're going to see something no one's ever seen before. What I like to do after taking a 10, you know, I was sort of just in an interesting place. I was like,
oh man, that is a huge, I mean, that's the safe shot, but there's nothing safe about that. You just ripped it.
I told my caddy, like, I'm not mad. I don't feel anything at all.
Yeah.
I'm just here now.
And look at that gallery wrapping around the backside, watching this chase card action as Chris is throwing a line right towards the pin, maybe a laser, if you will, right towards the bricks.
I'll say.
Clemons going with a wide skip to the pin. That play can get a bit iffy. If you get past the pin, it starts really getting away from the pin quick, but Chris has done a good job to check it up short. And just a simple little sexy bird approach. No. This is going to settle down inside the circle. Again, all feeling is gone. This is a different Nate Sexton from here on out, I suppose.
Nikko for the eagle, so close. The crowd would have gone wild for that. I have this for birdie. Little low.
But you still gave the traditional I missed it low clap.
I did.
Which is a signature of yours.
That's something I've been working on a long time.
I'll stop laying into you now, buddy. I like I said, I feel your pain.
It's all right.
It's tough. Chris with a good birdie putt, and that applies to both Chris's.
Yes.
And Nikko will have like that bittersweet birdie putt tap in, but
it's a weird feeling. Missing eagle putts, you're mad, but at the same time you're getting farther under par. So what can you really do?
That's right.
On to hole 11. This is where the wind really becomes a problem on this stretch of holes where you're just out in the open, no protection from any trees, and just nothing but out of bounds everywhere. This one's got the OB down left and the hazard up right. If you go OB left, you got to go to the drop zone or previous lie. That is most dangerous right here by the pin, because if you hit that hillside from the drop zone, say, and roll OB to the left, you have to stay at the drop zone. You're not going to get to advance at all, and that's how you're going to take a huge number here.
Wow.
Chris getting aggressive. This is turned over. It's going to need to fight back quickly.
And it's hard to really say what made this hole so much more difficult in this final round. But as I'm looking over stats from the previous 3 rounds, 15% birdie the first round, 21% birdie round 2, 19 in round 3. Moving forward to round 4, 3% birdie.
And I feel like it's super easy to say what it starts with a W.
Yeah.
You know,
Wind.
That's it. It's not that crazy windy, but look how tight these landing zones are.
Mm-hmm.
One little bounce of the disc this way or that way, you see this thing getting played with by the wind.
But I like this play. This is going to curl up. Come on. Oh, he's gone too far. Roll backwards, though. That can happen. No, and Nikko has outdriven. He's in the hazard. That's where he'll be throwing his next shot, but he'll be throwing his third. We did have a little bit of a wind in round 2, a little bit more in round 3. Certainly more than those first 2 rounds in round 4, but it just seemed so much harder. And this is not going to crawl the hill enough. That's going to be in the OB zone. That's going to proceed to the drop. Chris's forehand is wide. This is looking pretty good.
It needs to sit.
No, don't do that.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
So scary.
Mm-hmm. And just bringing that OB up the hill. So now that it's on the upslope is such a cruel.
And the players, as
adjustment.
players, we can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just trying to look at the cameraman, look at the faces of the fans, just waiting agonizingly long time for them to say, yeah, it's safe, it's safe.
Mm-hmm. And Chris is up, and he'll have a par save, I'm sure. And this is a little bit early. That's going to be up the hill. Could skip and roll towards it if it just will sit down anytime soon. This will be great. Okay. So you're 20 feet behind it. And like you said, there's that agonizing wait.
It felt like 30 seconds of them going, sit down, sit.
And then once you get over the hill and you see you're 20 feet by, you're like, okay, what was all the drama
how
about,
did that
people?
happen? Yeah. And Nikko.
And this is a bit scary, I think, from the drop zone because the farther up you go, the less of the basket you can see.
Mm.
And when you can't see that pin and all you can see is the flag, getting that distance control down is pretty difficult. So over the pin, that'll be a par. Nikko needing this for his par.
That's so
Mm.
All right. Go!
And that's a good par save.
Such a funny feeling. Like, you know, I'm at the same time, I'm like appreciative of my fans and the support, and the other part of me, this like annoying negative part of me is like, I got a 10. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Nate, way to go. And you're just like, don't cheer for me. I just took a 10, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, I appreciate it, and I'm acknowledging them. But inside, I'm gonna be as professional as I can, but feeling extremely disappointed.
Yeah, in the moment,
in the level of play that I brought to one of the most important rounds of the year.
Nolan Grider, Austin Turner, and your boy.
Wow.
Jeremy Koling, only 3 birdies on the day out of 111 plays.
That's incredible.
It surprised me to see that few.
Wow, it feels easy when you're on that birdie side of things.
It was the only time I went back in. Every other time I went roller, out of bounds.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on.
Hole 12, 901 foot par 4 downhill. Same rules, OB everywhere. No hazard actually on this one, so it's all drop zone if you do find that out of bounds. Chris. Kind of a nice spot for a lefty. Push it far over here and try to skip back down the hill, perhaps.
I think he should be fine. Okay, at first, out of his hand, it's so weird to see the lefty throw this hole because their angle is so much different than the righties.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that may have been in danger of going in that out-of-bounds bubble, but it is not. He's safe.
Chris, this is pretty low.
Needs a good skip angle. Needs a big skip. Needs a little bit more.
And Chris told me as we walked down, he thought that OB connected back to the parking lot. He did not realize that the OB was shaped quite the way it was.
No.
So he was a bit surprised.
And this is a little... I don't know if it's overcooked or not. We're going to see here.
It's undercooked.
Undercooked.
Well,
no.
I guess you could say over. I mean, it's too flipped.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going for.
The little bit of headwind we were dealing with, I needed to put more angle on that.
It changed the dynamic of the hole so much, that headwind. We haven't faced that type of wind yet on this hole.
This is climbing towards the out of bounds.
Needs a curl up. Curl down. Oh, wow. Look at how that wrapped.
Safe, half in, half out. Or maybe just an inch in. I can't remember.
He's got the juice.
Oh, a little bit of scooting.
Okay, all right. You can do that in PDGA play. Don't know if you can get artificial transportation.
I think he went backwards, so he probably walked more steps in the end. We can probably allow that.
I'm calling PDGA tonight.
Okay.
And telling him to allow that because that's fun. We should all get scooters.
Nikko.
Big shot. This is looking fantastic.
And what a birdie this would be in these conditions.
Oh, yeah. That's bullseye. And taking advantage of that beautiful bit of, I don't want to call it luck, but just that
Just
fact
a great result.
Yeah, the result of rolling back inbounds at the very last second. He is going to have a birdie on hole 12.
Chris from the drop zone. Flat delivery, good height. Should have the distance, just barely. He's in.
Yep.
I'm trying out a 2019 Jerm Thunderbird here.
Oh, my word. You have just made my heart 2 sizes larger, sir.
That might be a serious medical condition.
And look at the result. I mean, what else could you ask for in a disc? I mean, this isn't so much about you as it is about...
This is about you now. This is about Jeremy now.
Oh, I appreciate you throwing that disc.
I appreciate
about time.
Giving it to me.
And Chris is just laying that one up. Par putt for Dickerson. Once again, man, just not what we're used to seeing. I know I've said it before, but it just surprises me every time I see him miss a putt. I've played so many tournaments with him being on the East Coast. Before he was the Chris Dickerson that we know as Robot Chicken, as Chris Dick and Tenders, steak and fingers, if you will.
Limestone laser.
Limestone laser. Whole gamut of nicknames. And
Good game plan par there from Chris and a highlight birdie.
yeah, no kidding. He might be the 1% parked. Only 7 birdies. That is a combined total of 10 birdies out of 222 plays on the last 2 holes.
Wow.
I mean, what a stretch right there.
Yeah.
If you can get through those clean, you are feeling really good about yourself.
Wow. Hole 13, par 5, 999. You've got to stay to the left of the right edge of that walking path to be inbounds, and then you have your option. If you're far enough up, go across the parking lot in 2 and set up a guaranteed birdie or perhaps eagle look. If you aren't quite as far up, you might think about going down that left side and crossing on the 3rd. I mean, this hole's basically named after Nikko now.
Yeah, I guess it must be.
First ever to make a 2 on the shorter position, and this is, you can tell the hole remembers him. It gives him a great shot.
That's a fantastic throw to keep it down that sidewalk the whole way, knowing the sidewalk is in bounds.
Here's a look at that forehand power from Chris. This is a little nose up, but it's still chewing up distance.
I mean, he annihilates a forehand. When he comes through, you can just see the power as it's ripped through. I'm going to go ahead and call it correctly. This is a destroyer.
You got that right.
We're finally on the same page. And that's a great one. That'll be in that position to go forehand around the corner in 2. Chris is challenging the path, but nowhere near any danger. Getting a good skip away. That is an ideal tee shot.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 good tees. Chris, I'm sure, is going through the tight tunnel here, but he has pushed it wide left over towards Stan McDaniel, skipping around the corner. That's an ideal spot. Beautiful throw. Stan, the Hall of Fame, 3-time Masters world champion, course designer extraordinaire. If you've ever played in courses in Charlotte, you have Stan McDaniel to thank. And look at this forehand all the way up to the road. You can't really get any closer.
Wouldn't want to.
Yeah, that is incredible. Huge thanks to Stan and all the staff member out here volunteering. The USDGC feels special for many reasons, but certainly one of them is for all the hard work.
And it deserves mentioning. The staff outnumber the players.
I mean, how many times has that ever been done before?
It's incredible. The whole show, all the work, years of preparation.
Come on. Nikko, are you kidding? Oh, there is love again for Nikko. That shot was coming in low anhyzer towards the curve of death.
It's like 75% of the time, while that thing is sliding, it's too low. Only 25% at the peak of each of those little baby skips does it have enough, I feel like, to get up and over. And it's doing it multiple, but it just hovercrafts onto the green. Beautifully done.
And that's worth mentioning because the result of that not being in bounds,
I know,
is potentially the difference between Nikko being out of the race for the tournament.
You're right.
And Chris Clemons is going to have a tap-in birdie. He's going to move to 21 under par. He is certainly a contender at this point. He always has been this entire event.
Yeah, he's been in it the whole time.
And have you even practiced an approach this short on this hole yet?
No, probably.
That's incredibly well played. That'll get you to 10 under for the event. And Nikko for the eagle, 85 feet. Just off to the left, a great run. Can you imagine a situation where he goes 2-3 on 888 and 999? I mean, we were only a few feet away from seeing a score that somebody would be happy with playing one round.
Yeah.
In a total of 5. Unreal. But he'll have to settle for a score of 6. Oh, wow. Pretty ho-hum if you ask me.
And I think you can understand some of the brutality of the Winthrop Arena course when you think, I'm making this putt to go to 10 under. I was also 10 under after hole 7, round 2.
Wow.
But then things got weird. And then I fought back to 15, and then things got weird. And now here I am at 10 again. I mean, a star frame for the group.
Yeah.
Great job there. Get some money to charity. But man, the course, if you just let down your guard for a second, you're done.
Yeah.
I got to learn that lesson one of these days. It's hard. Even when you know it, it's hard. You never know when it's going to sneak up on you. As we see hole 14, par 3, 413 going down the hill. Hazard rules on the left, OB long. You see low backhands, you see high backhands, and you see that wide forehand, or obviously for Chris Clemons, wide backhand. Nikko with the high backhand play. He's asking for it to get left.
In 2010, this is the hole that spelled Nikko's doom as it skipped off the cart path, went OB, gave Will Schustrick a chance to win the title, which he ended up doing. Spoiler alert, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
My apologies if you haven't got back and watched that video yet.
There even hardly is video from back then.
And Chris has thrown the beautiful standard textbook for backhand lefty shot, which just sets up so well for a player of his skill.
And I am trying my best to follow his line.
And you got to commit wide left, and you just know that's layup zone from out there. Well,
Little reverse roll.
Okay, there's a potential shot to run that. I mean, at this stage, you're trying to figure out what you're playing for, in a way.
Yeah.
Certainly you're playing for position, but you also just want to have fun.
Yep.
You know, that's why we play.
That's kind of what I felt at this point. That's a putter going a little too straight. UDisc leaderboard check-in. James Conrad, -1 now. 22.
Okay.
Chris Clemons, 21.
Chris is about to get
And
to
look
that
at
22
Nikko
number.
and Chris. It's all about this chase card here.
Yeah.
Save James Conrad.
And we've got a couple guys from third card, Joel Freeman and myself, who are right there. I mean, not within 5 or 6 strokes, but, you know, if something happens.
It's always exciting out here. Nikko looking at a death putt here.
60 feet. Is he going for this? Oh, no, he's not done for it. He's made it. Wow.
He's out of here.
Yeah, there's no reason to stay. Go ahead and go to 15. We'll see you later, buddy. Real.
One more look. Clean spin. Dead middle.
Yeah, he knows what that's for. That gets him right in the mix at 20 under par. And you see that, you're just after him.
Yep.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, don't do it. Okay.
Stays in bounds. Not close.
No, not too close. Not close enough.
Not nearly close enough. And that'll be a 4.
And Chris Clemons for a tie of the lead from the chase card.
He knows it.
History comes for those who chase it. Once again, I mean, a million thanks to you guys. If you see your name, you're part of the reason why we can bring this action to you, this coverage, why we can sit here and talk about it. I mean, it's without your support, you know, I'm sleeping in this morning.
Hole 15, par 4, 539, triple Mando. If you miss it, you're going to the drop zone, and you are not birdieing from there. You're likely not even making par. You're probably going for a bogey. So really important for everyone who's not me to make this Mando.
Thanks for saying that right as I took a sip of water. We almost had a wet microphone. Nikko, he's just going to force a flex here. Just
Get back left.
Yeah,
and
he's
that's
beautiful. Look at him, man. The Nikko supporters are in the building, in the arena, if you will.
You know, they can feel his energy. I could feel his energy. It was fun to, just to see him going all out, having success. This nose up from Chris. Over the bar.
Oh, no.
And that is going to loom large.
That is the two-stroke swing potential that Nikko was needing just to try to catch Chris on this card.
Oh, Chris is left. He hasn't missed the Mando, but he's in the woods in a terrible spot.
Ooh, just got oh, wow. I thought you were certainly going to hit the corner there. Do you even know how far up the fairway you are?
I didn't hear any bushes.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't know. I had been going forehand, but as I told you, I feel nothing at this point, and I was just firing it, just see what I could do. And
it looks like you, Nate Sexton.
I was happy that it got around the corner for sure.
And Chris is looking forehand over the top. Wow. And he doesn't want to deal with any sort of tree kicks.
But he's taking par. There's no par. Right. If he goes under, maybe. But it's a surprising choice.
Yeah, with his forehand accuracy and power, he certainly is in position to put himself in the circle.
You could get yourself a putt going under. I mean, it's really a hero shot, but it can be done. So we see Chris kick off of a root. Nikko needs to hit a gap and get up and down here.
He's hit that gap. Does it stay straight enough? Oh, yeah. And you can go ahead and count that in for Nikko. That's going to move him to 21, and Chris needs to get up and down to stay at 21. And look at this short approach. I mean, you never see something this close to the path. I mean, you're looking at skipping into unreal. Masterfully executed hole 15.
Chris gets the putter past that main guardian tree.
And that'll be for 5. This can be a tricky approach with those trees guarding the entrance. Chris has done well to get through the main gap. Dickerson is in for the bogey. And everyone else is just a mere formality here. Chris is going to also take a bogey. Not a good hole for anyone named Chris on this card.
Nikko, birdie putt.
It's starting to look like that magic number is going to be somewhere in the low 20s. I'm sure Nikko's got 23 circled.
That'd be a really good finish. That's what he.
Yeah.
That's all he can do.
And look at his last 4 holes. And look at the green. Look at those blue arrows. There's a lot more blue arrows on the screen than there are purple because the purple has dropped out of the top 10.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it is so close still. I mean,
unbelievable.
With hole 17 looming, I mean, got to get through this one first. 16, hazard everywhere. Pillars to block those putts on the left side. This is a good hole for Chris, though. This is a great distance and line for his lefty hyzer. See if he can execute, get that stroke back that he just lost.
And Nikko actually goes the forehand flex down the middle, which in practice for me, I went out of bounds every time. In round 2, Nikko parked it. Can he do it again? Oh, and this is... Oh! I thought he had got around that tree. That was looking good. He's going to have to settle for par and open the door for Chris Clemons to take that one-stroke lead back. This is a good-looking destroyer.
I thought it was so good, but somehow it still hit those branches. I thought I got it riding for sure.
Yeah, it's got to be low or wide, and that was kind of in the in-between those two.
Yeah.
Chris is just licking his chops on this one. This is looking...
Width.
Yeah, this has got to get a good skip. Yeah. And that's just taking advantage of somewhat open door. Dickerson going up the middle. This is drifting nicely. Can it get that straight skip to get up there? Yep.
Let's see, Nikko first. Chips up the forehand perfectly.
Very well done. Just outside the circle.
Just ridiculously bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry to chuckle a little bit, but
No,
I've just
please.
never seen.
That was an absolutely terrible effort.
Oh. Chris with an opportunity to get to 18 under. He is off the band. Jomez is in for the birdie, only birdie of the group.
Such an important big pressure putt, pressure drive, way to execute with the weight of the championship on your shoulders at this point.
Dickerson, an opportunity to try to get to around 20 under par if he had made that and birdied the next couple. Unfortunately, the best he can do is now 19.
This is where it all happens. Every year. Hole 17, hay bales. You know the rules of the hole. If you're one of those weirdos that doesn't want to know who wins, turn it off because things are about to get very real.
Throw your computer, throw your cell phone device in the trash.
Take the battery out, dispose of that responsibly, and throw the rest away because your computer already knows who won. Chris, short.
Got to get a
short.
skip. Got to get a skip.
Oh my gosh. All that hyzer on the putter, it just isn't going to reach it.
And he has to rethrow, regroup, calm the nerves. This shot is huge. This is also low. It's moving fast. Can that skip? No.
And this is a nightmare for Chris. Now he's got a driver. A little more speed.
A little wider. This has got to slow down now, though. Oh, no. This is just in
long.
the drink, and he proceeds to drop zone on the green.
A very likely quintuple bogey 8 from that spot.
Nikko, can he get in bounds and take advantage of the opportunity?
Nikko short as well.
And to throw a tee shot after a player has just gone out of bounds 3 times in a row. This is a well-committed throw here that needs to get down, fast disc, and it just checks up. But the headwind on this hole really was playing tricks on all the players. It just made it so difficult to get the nose up because it pushed it short, and you don't want to drive it long. But that's a nicely done shot. Just outside the circle by about 10 feet. And you were safe all 4 rounds, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And Dickerson, this has got to slow down a bit. This is heading...
Back corner.
No, come on. The counter anti-skip
That is
roll.
unlucky.
Oh. And that surely spells the end for Chris Dickerson as well. He is going to be playing his 3rd from the tee. This has got to get down. Okay, better result there. He's somewhere out there in the circle 2, circle 3 range, and this is for 7 for Chris.
And James Conrad's lead
Is
has
looking
just gotten huge.
Yep. Hard to really feel like that means much, even though you know it will later when you think back on it. But
That was a terrible try by me.
huge putt for the 4.
Wow.
And he knows how important that is. And this putt for 8. And worth noting, Chris Clemons,
Look at the composure.
to take that and just move on without showing how sick he must feel in his stomach.
Heartbreaking. And he was just calm. I mean, it's so impressive.
Yeah, and definitely one of his strongest strengths is his ability to be stoic in the moment. But that's perhaps a life-altering result on hole 17.
And this is James Conrad. An AVR woefully short.
And he just needs to get in bounds, and he's got his championship locked up. And this is
his second one. And we know that we on the fairway of 18, we know what's happening.
And look at the scores
James
here.
Conrad makes a 7.
I'm in the clubhouse, no holes left.
Done at minus 18. Nikko Locastro on the fairway at 19. James Conrad not yet teed off, also 19. We could have a playoff. You could be in this.
I'm looking at the situation like, what is happening around me right now?
Yeah.
I mean, in no position did I think I was anywhere close to being in the mix. All of a sudden, I'm 1 stroke back of a 3-way playoff.
With one of the most treacherous, scary, roll-away prone, death putt having holes in the sport. So anything could happen. You could try to play safe here and take a double bogey. You know, there's nothing decided now, and just ridiculous, the drama coming down in 17, destroying, you know, the top competitors all week. Just, you can hardly believe it that neither Chris or James was able to get one of their first 2 inbounds. And I never throw a bigger forehand. Every year, round 4 USDGC, biggest forehand of the year.
That is humongous. And is it going? Yeah, it's going to sit. That is gigantic. Wow. Truly, this is the day after. My palms right now are as sweaty as ever.
Nikko goes layup. And it was right after this shot, as we were standing next to that shot, as he was lining up his next, that we saw James's AVRs go short.
Nikko,
So that kind of gets you caught up on the timeline as we experienced it.
and Chris Dickerson drifting towards the middle, just past Nikko's there. Nice shot. I'm not even. This is not me exaggerating anything. I feel a little bit nervous in my stomach, and my palms are sweating.
That's what the
Like
championship
right
will
now.
do to you.
Like,
Chris Clemons, big drive.
yes, and Chris
still has a lot to play for.
Yeah, and if he can get to 18 under, and somehow Nikko goes 18.
There you are, you and Jules waiting. Nikko knows that James is OB twice and elects to go with the putter. He's pretty short here. He's just going to lay up, play for safe 4, and finish the tournament at 19. Putter is up, drifting a little right.
Oh, no.
And that.
Red.
He said red. He can't believe it. And he is walking up. He cannot believe that he has gone putter out of bounds.
And again, I got to recognize composure there because that was a huge, huge mistake. And he handled it with grace, I felt.
And Chris Dickerson, it's skipping over the ridge. That's going to take some time for the spotter to walk down and check the result.
Safe.
He is safe and in bounds, and that is a great feeling. This is a huge approach, though, with Nikko now out of bounds. 18 under looks like a score to maybe potentially be in a playoff.
It's going to be a big putt.
Okay. Definitely more left on the table than I'm sure he was looking. And you're going with the Sidewinder approach. You went Sidewinder approach all 4 rounds, I believe.
Yeah, I usually do.
And that's a nice shot. Just having it stand up softly, skipping up there to edge of circle. Good result. But now Nikko needs to get up and down and secure the 18 under.
This is to finish in a tie with you.
Oh my gosh, he has missed the corner tree that is out of bounds and somehow slipped up through.
It looks
Bullseye
very
edge.
likely that he will finish at 18, tied with you.
No.
And that right there means that Chris Dickerson at best will stay at 17 under par.
Nate Sexton attempting a utterly meaningless putt.
But it's in. At least you finish on a high note.
Just let me get out of the way. Let me get out of the way for the real stars here.
11 under par. The way this tournament played, certainly not the number you were looking for, but still respectable. And Chris
Great
is up and in.
putt. Way to collect yourself. And it's just so impressive. I can't stop saying this guy just had his heart ripped out.
Yeah.
And he looks like you wouldn't even know it.
I mean, 5 strokes better. He's at 22 under par with a par on 17. And 22 under par is
Comfortable win.
Is a comfortable win. And I mean, to be able to shake hands and walk away. Chris is getting birdie using all parts of the basket, but that's kind of meaningless for him, unfortunately.
Just one man left with anything to say about anything now.
And, yeah, I can't really describe the feelings that are going on right now.
I was coming over to tell you, get ready, man. You might need to play off.
Nikko can do nothing but watch right now. He's checking scores. He's checking the results. Chris Clemons is just casually putting on chapstick. I mean, amazing that he can do that after all that just happened. And I got to give a shout out to my rock, the woman on my left right there, Jules. She was there to keep me calm the whole week. She took off work to be there and watch every shot that I threw. And
James's drive inbounds, short.
And to set the scene, to try to get a par on this hole, I don't care where you are on the fairway.
Yeah.
That is no easy feat.
And there's no approach close enough. Like, you can't, he has to walk that line between pushing it too far. This is the AVR. This is pushing.
Oh, my word. He's still got an approach to come to lay it up, tap it in. That slope doesn't guarantee anything. James can feel it.
I know that the crowd is just appreciating a great show. And they're clapping big, but I felt like it is not over yet. There's a lot that can happen on this green.
The one thing you can't do is over putt this.
James stays away from the rollaway. He's going to have about 13 to 15 feet.
Probably the most nerve-wracking 13 to 15 feet of his life.
Yeah.
Here's a check-in with Albert Tam.
Oh, the grenade. Well done from Albert. Tough round today, but showing that he belongs yet again. And here it is. James Conrad.
He's the champion.
Better watch out.
And champagne. I think a little bit of champagne got in James' eye.
Oh my gosh. And a finish that you couldn't, I just couldn't believe it.
James Conrad!
Shooting 2 over par. In the final round, you see Jeremy getting in there.
A bunch of friends, a bunch of loved ones. His family had come down. His father was in attendance.
That was so cool.
Simon Zott, Zachariah Johnson. There's Jeff Panis. Chris Clemons there. Again, you got to give a shout out to that guy right there for being able to take all this in stride.
Just an unbelievable how it all unfolded. He's the champion. He did what he had to do. He made the shots he really needed to make, stayed ahead. Congratulations.
16 and I was walking to 17. I knew it'd be a pretty stiff headwind. But I just, I really didn't think anything about it. I didn't know scores, to be honest. I threw and the wind just was beating our discs down. So, and I threw a triple X on the last one and it actually cut through the wind. So it was tough. But I don't regret anything. It happened for a reason. I gave myself a chance at the end, and so I can't be upset about it at all.
I figured I'd get on the island in 1 or 2 shots at the worst, and I'm glad to have at least made it on the third to not really kill my chances.
I was going to say, so first one goes out all right, you got a little bit to play with. Second one was when I really saw a lot of emotion out of you. What are you thinking at that time when the second one doesn't land?
I was thinking, dang headwind, but I don't know. I was trying to just focus in on the next shot, see what I need to do a little different. I threw a bit more stable of an AVR in the third go at it, and that was able to handle the breeze coming at us a little better. It's hard to really say what was going through my mind. I was trying to keep it clear, but it's kind of like it's tough to do in that situation. A lot of pressure and a lot of things going on upstairs, trying to just quiet them all down and step up and make the shot count.
You come up 18, you've got a little bit to play with, execute it well. And then just get mobbed by your friends with the champagne and everything. I saw your family here.
Yeah.
What's it been like for you to have that level of support, friends, family, and everything throughout this whole journey?
Oh, it's amazing. It makes it so much easier, so much more fun. I have a really good crew of friends that I get to spend a lot of our time with on tour, and then family that's super supportive. All those mean the world to me. It makes it a lot easier to be out here doing what I'm doing, having fun doing what I'm doing, when I know that there's other people doing the journey with me and also supporting me, even if it's just emotionally or just being proud, those kind of things make it a lot easier to do this whole pro disc golf thing, and it's a lot of fun.
Final leaderboard as you hear James's thoughts, Chris as well. What a fight. Here is our card. Nikko tied second, Chris fourth, other Chris fifth, and I managed to stay top 10. Huge congratulations to my commentary partner, Big, up 9 spots when it mattered most, falling just 1 shot short of a second U.S. title.
It's a pretty surreal feeling, and I'm so proud of my buddy James Conrad. Second place in 2018, backs it up, first place in 2019.
Welcome everybody into the booth. As you can see, special guest, the newly crowned champion, James Conrad. We're going to have a little talk, see how he's feeling one day later.
Thanks for having me, Nate and Jerm.
Of course.
Happy to be here.
Well, welcome to the club, my friend. You are now a future ring bearer.
Go ahead and give the weight of that a feel.
Yeah.
Wow, look
Hold
at this
two of
thing.
these
Two
things,
of
man.
them.
It's gonna have your
Let's see if
name
I
right
fit.
here, the year on the other side.
There you go.
It's a perfect fit.
Is that mine?
Yeah.
Give it back.
Here you go.
I want
Here you
this
go.
thing for myself, buddy. You just earned yours, man. You're gonna have to wait 1 year.
A whole year. It's going to be a long wait, but
Yeah.
But you
thank
get some time to think of your speech.
I sure
you
do.
know, and you're going to need to make it a good one. You're going to be there at that players meeting. You're going to get up there, join all the former champions. One of the most special moments in my life
Yeah.
so far. So I know you
Awesome.
have that to look forward to.
Absolutely.
I mean, how do you feel one day later?
I feel great. Still a bit shocked, to be honest. I mean, I would have thought it would have taken a killer round to pull it home yesterday, and the fact that just the way it shook out. I mean, golf's a little bit weird.
You're right about
I was
that.
happy to have myself in the position, and then to do enough yesterday to walk away with it. It's a great feeling.
I mean, to go second place and first place back-to-back years, regardless of how it went down, has got to be a huge validation in what your preparation is for this event. A player who throws so few forehands on a course that has been known as a lefty course, a righty forehand course for so many years, to do it in your own style, that's got to feel pretty special.
Thank you. Yeah, it definitely does. There's a lot of forehands out there, but I wouldn't say that it's needed. I mean, obviously, it's my style of game tends to favor lefty type courses. You know, I like to land disc coming in on the anizers. I like to land disc flat and not have to rely on a skip or a lack of skip to secure where I'm trying to land the disc. So, and this type of course is something that I've been trying to improve on a lot. You know, especially early in the tour, I was known for being an excellent woods golfer, but I wanted to prove that I can step up on link style courses, on OB courses, and stick to a game plan and execute it.
And if nothing else, I think you've proven there are no righty courses. There are no lefty courses.
Right.
There's only disc golf courses. And if you throw the disc as well as this guy right here, you're going to hold a lot of trophies in your career.
Maybe walk us through coming into that second shot on hole 18. What was that like internally, knowing what the scores were, knowing how difficult hole 18 is, and knowing that all the pressure is on you to execute essentially one more important shot?
Right. That was a tough moment. You know, I was happy to have my drive inbounds safely, not too short, not way up there, but it left me in a tricky spot. You know, from that location, you know, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be attacking the basket, trying to get up and down for birdie. But this is that 1 out of 10, you know, where birdie wouldn't do anything for me that anything more than a par would do. And so it left me in a position where I wanted to be somewhat aggressive, to not have a difficult layup as my third, but I didn't want to be so aggressive that I end up going OB. So trying to find that balance, and then not have any indecision in my mind. I've lately been thinking that, like, having that little bit of indecision in your mind just like takes away from how well I can execute a shot. You know, if I'm like, I should go there, no, I should go here, no, I should go there, then you'll end up splitting the difference and it won't be good. So I decided to try to get it within about 80 feet, trying to get to the top of the hill, just have a little putt down towards it, and I was able to execute that shot, and just barely, but barely is all you need.
That's all you need. That's awesome.
My mom.
Nice.
Man, Chris played good.
Yeah, he really did.
It was crazy. That 17th for Bucky.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen 17 ruin so many dreams, and you just got to think it won't be me in that situation. And man, to step up on 18 and come through with what you needed to, and not allow that to be a mistake that, you know, lingers with you for a long time, at least for another year until you come back here.
Right.
That's a good feeling right there. It's just like, it's done. It's over with. You've done it, man. And you can just sit back and relax, and all the pressure, it's all gone. Now you kind of get to decompress a little bit, which I think is the most important thing you can do after a big win. It's so there's so many feelings, so many people are coming to you, and there's so much energy. Sometimes what I like to do is just get away from everybody for 10, 15 minutes and just enjoy the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't get that for probably an hour and a half last night until I got back to the van. It was just nonstop.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, what a moment as UC Maresma comes over. And the interview, of course, with Steve Hill. He's holding 2 microphones. That's a double duty interview right there.
Makes it look like we have more reporters than we actually do.
Yeah. You always just see the zoom in of how many mics there are. You never see the one person is just holding.
Yeah.
He's got like one handle with like 8 mics coming out.
That's a cool moment, man, one you'll never forget. Once
doubt.
again, congratulations.
Well, I enjoyed watching it. I'm glad that we got to be here, do the commentary, be out there living it yesterday. Give me one more of these. Watch the rain.
Yeah.
It can sting you. It
Boom.
can
Come
sting
here,
you a
buddy.
little bit.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much. We have one giveaway like we always do. We've been hiding them. We got these triple signed 16 champ, 17 champ, 19 champ. We've got a couple of, what are these, Rock 3s? And one Color Glow Rat to give away. So make sure you get on that YouTube video for Back 9, subscribe, comment, like, get on Patreon.
Wait, there's people that aren't subscribed to JomezPro yet?